1972. The world was changing. Rock music echoed from every speaker. Young people were chasing freedom. And in the world of motorcycles, a revolution was about to begin. Its name? Kawasaki Z1 900. Not just a fast bike, a statement, a legend, and Japan's bold entrance into the world of superbikes. Originally, Kawasaki had a simple goal: compete with Honda's CB750, a bike that had already shaken up the motorcycle scene. But Kawasaki wasn't interested in being second best. They scrapped their earlier project and started from scratch. What they built next would change everything. A 903 cubic centimeter inline-four engine. Double overhead cams, rare and advanced for the early 70s. 82 horsepower. A top speed of over 130 miles per hour, or 210 kilometers per hour. It wasn't just fast, it was wild. But what made the Z1 special wasn't just speed. It was smooth. It was balanced. It was sophisticated. While European bikes shook and rattled, the Z1 glided with precision. Twist the throttle, and it responded like it could read your mind. Refined, but still ferocious. Then there was the design. That beautiful teardrop tank. The long flat seat. Dual dials on the dash. And of course those 4 iconic exhaust pipes, 2 on each side. It didn't look like a machine. It looked like a masterpiece. Z1 wasn't just about performance. It had everyday usability. A comfortable ride, stable handling, a front disc brake, and solid suspension. This was a motorcycle you could race on Sunday, and ride to work on Monday, and riders noticed, especially in the US. The Z1 exploded in popularity, instantly becoming a symbol of power, reliability, and Japanese engineering. It was called the King of Motorcycles, and not without reason. This machine wasn't just a show pony, it raced, and it won. In endurance races like Daytona and Imola, the Z1 proved it could go fast, go far, and take a beating. It wasn't a fluke. It was purpose-built dominance. But let's pause for a moment and think about why the Z1 was so groundbreaking. In the early 70s, motorcycles were more than just a means of transportation. They were a way to express freedom, individuality, and rebellion. While European bikes like Harley-Davidson and Ducati were known for their raw power and distinctive styling, the Japanese motorcycles had a reputation for being efficient, reliable, and let's face it, somewhat boring. The world of motorcycles was divided into 2 worlds: the established, almost mythical European machines with their traditional designs and rugged builds, and the up-and-coming Japanese machines that, while affordable and reliable, were considered safe choices. Then, Kawasaki came along with the Z1. This was no ordinary motorcycle. The Z1 combined the best of both worlds, the unmatched engineering precision of Japan, with the raw power and performance of European rivals. It bridged 2 worlds and gave riders something they'd never seen before. Unlike many other bikes of its time, which focused solely on power or style, the Z1 was a perfect balance. It didn't just go fast. It made you feel fast. Every twist of the throttle brought a surge of power that was immediate and thrilling. The sound of that 903 cubic centimeter engine growling at high revs became an unmistakable signature of Kawasaki's commitment to excellence. What really set the Z1 apart wasn't just the top speed, it was the way the bike handled. While the Z1 was powerful, it didn't feel like it was going to shake itself apart. The suspension and handling were carefully tuned to make it stable even at high speeds, making it one of the most predictable superbikes of the era. This wasn't just a fast bike. It was a bike that made you feel in control at every moment. Even the rider's position was well thought out, designed for comfort on long rides while still feeling aggressive when pushed hard on twisty roads or open highways. Riders could take it to the track, race it, then ride it home without feeling like they'd just wrestled with a beast. The Z1's 903 cubic centimeter engine wasn't just about numbers, it was about personality. It was about power that was smooth, but not dull, aggressive, but not unpredictable. It had a character that rivaled the most famous European engines, yet still maintained the distinct charm of a Japanese masterpiece. In the late 60s and early 70s, the idea of a superbike was just starting to form. The Z1 took that idea and made it a reality. With its remarkable performance and cutting-edge features, the Z1 became the bike to beat. It was powerful enough to compete with the best, but refined enough to be a practical option for everyday riders. Kawasaki understood something fundamental about motorcycles. A great bike isn't just about how fast it can go. It's about the experience it provides. The Z1 was an experience, one that connected the rider with the road in a way few motorcycles could. It wasn't just about horsepower, it was about creating a symphony of man and machine. And with every ride, the Z1 solidified its place as an icon. When the Z1 hit the streets, it wasn't just another fast bike, it was a revolution in motion. It introduced the world to a new way of thinking about motorcycles. It showed that Japanese manufacturers could not only match but exceed the expectations of even the most seasoned riders. The Z1 gave motorcycle enthusiasts something to believe in, a symbol of the future, a statement of what was possible. And let's not forget about the racing pedigree of the Z1. Although Kawasaki's dominance on the racetrack would be solidified in later years with models like the Ninja series, the Z1 laid the groundwork for a competitive edge that would define the brand in the years to come. Over time, the Z1 inspired successors, the KZ900, KZ1000, and the GPZ series, each one pushing the limits even further. But none could replace the original, because the Z1 wasn't just the beginning of Kawasaki's superbike legacy. It was a cultural landmark. Today, nearly 5 decades later, the Z1 is more valuable than ever. Collectors hunt for clean, original units, sometimes paying the price of a luxury car. Not for status, but for history, for soul. Because the Z1 is more than numbers and specs. It's a symbol of boldness, of innovation, of the moment Japan stepped up and said, "We can lead the world." The Kawasaki Z1 didn't just change the road, it changed the story. It's a legend, and legends never die. If you enjoyed this ride through history, give this video a like, drop a comment below. Maybe you have a Z1 memory or another classic bike you'd love to see featured, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Because here on Iron Ride, we don't just talk about motorcycles, we celebrate their legacy, we honor their spirit, and we tell the stories behind every roaring engine. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.